Hello and welcome once more to this Red Gamer Tech video. Myself and Marta, where as always I'm here with the latest from the tech world in the last 24 or so hours. Today we have quite a short and sweet video. Next up I have a very interesting comment from Nintendo on 5G. So, as a bit of background before we actually get into the comments themselves, these were made during the 79th Annual General Meeting for Shareholders. And they basically said to those representatives of the shareholders that they're quote-unquote investigating advancing technologies such as 5G and even cloud streaming. And this was in response to a direct question actually, and how they are going to respond to advancements in various areas like VR and of course 5G itself. And of course cloud gaming is definitely going to be on the shareholders' radar, given that we are seeing things like the Google Stadia and all that sort of stuff emerging onto the marketplace. So, while Nintendo did say that they're going to be investigating, they were also quite firm that they were not going to be chasing trends just for the sake of it. As for the full statement, it was from Nintendo Director and Senior Executive Officer Ko Shiota, who said, quote, 5G can send a large amount of data without latency. We are aware that this technology has been gaining a lot of attention, and Nintendo is also investigating it. However, Nintendo doesn't only chase trends in technology. And he went on to say that they will instead, quote, think about both how the technology will be applied to gameplay and what new experiences in gameplay we can offer consumers as a result of that application. And apparently, according to Ko's comments, the cost of 5G is one of the biggest things on their mind, to the point where he directly mentioned it as well. One of the few solid points, I suppose, to say, rather than just saying, yes, we're looking into it. He directly mentioned it, saying, quote, it's difficult to even use an outstanding technology if the cost is too high, so we'll continue to thoroughly investigate the cost of new technologies. So, Nintendo are not known for chasing trends in this way. They are obviously known for being a little bit sort of behind the times in a lot of ways. For example, they're only really just now doing the whole online thing, and arguably they're still doing it in a very Nintendo way, i.e. not as well as their competitors, because they're doing things a bit weird and just, yeah, you guys know what I mean. I don't need to go into a whole segue about Nintendo Online. It's Nintendo. The way it's been implemented is very Nintendo. So if they were to ever chase 5G, it would be because they see it as being something worthwhile, not just because it's a thing that is popular. And they kind of feel the same way about cloud streaming, as Miyamoto does see it becoming, quote, more widespread in the future. And he has, quote, no doubt that there will continue to be games that are fun because they're running locally and not on the cloud. So they don't really seem all that concerned about the cloud, and I wouldn't expect to see Nintendo doing games on the cloud anytime soon. So we're going to finish things up now with the spot of gaming news. A bit of an interesting one, actually, from G2A. So yes, I did just say G2A. You guys will probably remember the controversy, or controversies, to be more precise, surrounding the platform late last year, and for ages before that as well, surrounding numerous things, but the most primary one was developers falling victim to fraudulent credit card chargebacks and a few other issues where basically a lot of developers were saying, look, G2A is costing us money because of X, Y, and Z reason. In fact, those developers recently basically said they would rather you pirate their games than buy them on G2A, and you can find those comments yourself. For example, No More Robots' Mike Rose and a few other developers as well basically said, look, it doesn't cost us as much for you to go pirate the game that it does on G2A. Go and Google it, you can find the comments for yourself. So G2A have kind of responded to this in a very lengthy response. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it goes on for about 1 million pages, but you will find it linked in the description below. And obviously they are trying to defend themselves here. So they have not got the best reputation after all of the things that happened last year, and they haven't really recovered all that well from all that, if you ask me. But of course, that's just my layman's opinion. But they are trying to basically clarify things, give it their side of the story, how it works. They've explained how the site works, where the keys come from, and they've also tried to offer developers who found themselves victims of credit card fraud some recourse as well. And basically they say that the vast majority of games sold on their platform come from businesses who get discounts on buying keys in bulk. Some publishers will even sell their keys officially through G2A direct, and they deny that they've ever lost any developer any revenue. And they also try to say that it's quote unquote not easy to steal credit cards. Of course, that is one of the biggest issues that people have pointed out, that there's fraudulent credit card chargebacks and all sorts of shenanigans allegedly going on. And the letter reads, quote, best-selling games on G2A are exactly the same games that are popular everywhere, so basically AAA titles. As a thief, your goal is to cash out the money on stolen credit cards as soon as possible before they get blocked. If you got, say, $5,000 cash out, you'd have to buy 250 copies of said indie game for $20 each. Considering average indie sales statistics, it takes you about 2 to 3 months to sell them in G2A. It doesn't seem like ASAP at all. But the main point here, the sort of recourse that they're offering developers, which is what I wanted to focus on here, is that they are willing to pay developers 10 times the revenue lost as a result of chargebacks and fees if they can prove it. So their direct quote reads, quote, to ensure honesty and transparency, we will ask a reputable and independent auditing company to make an unbiased examination of both sides, the developer's store and G2A marketplace. The cost of the 3 audits is on us. Every next one will be split 50-50. Sorry, that should be first 3, excuse me. The auditing company will check if any games sold on G2A were obtained using stolen credit cards on a developer store complaint with the card scheme rules from Visa and MasterCard payment provider rules. If so, G2A guarantees it will pay all the money the developer lost on chargebacks multiplied by 10. Those are but a few excerpts from the extremely lengthy post, so I would highly recommend you look at the description below this video, where you will see the full breakdown, or the full post, should I say. They obviously seem very, very confident that this is not, there's going to be very few cases of this if they're willing to times it by 10. It's not twice, this is 10 times. So that is, in my mind, very, very confident that there's going to be so few cases of people being able to prove it that they'll be able to pay out, or they have to pay out, sorry, should I say. Is that falsely placed confidence? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how this turns out for them. And I appreciate them trying to clarify things, give their side of the story, show how their business actually works, all that sort of stuff. But when all of this was going on last year, they didn't really restore my confidence at all. Not, I say restore, give me any confidence, because restoring implies that I had any bid to begin with, which I absolutely did not. So regardless, I didn't really see anything from them before that gave me any confidence, and while this is good, some clarity is definitely good, some real figures and an in-depth explanation as to how their site works. It helps, but I feel like they've got more work to be done. I'll leave the link below, as I said, for you guys to make your own judgment. That's me done for this video, however. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.